Hey everyone, it's Friday night. It's 10 p.m. and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Welcome to The Dead Frequencies, a place where ghost stories and strange encounters echo from the other side of the frequency. And I'm your host tonight, Maddie James. Some places aren't haunted when you move in. They're claimed. And once they claim you, they own everything you see, hear, and touch. Where the dead, they don't just linger. They control. Tonight's signal comes from a 2011 townhome, where survival meant moving into a house that had other plans. The economy had collapsed. Telecom job gone, no warning, no safety net. We started a family business and we're testing new locations for expansion. We looked into moving into an old 2-story townhome. Narrow halls, walls pressed tight against neighbors. The rent was low. The owner was having trouble renting this unit out. But we also knew most of the neighbors previously, so it was familiar. And we were ready to make a new start. It was small, cozy even. But something else was comfortable there too. And it was already inside. At first it was subtle. Lamps would flicker. You would feel a cold breeze. Then activity in this house increased. Incrementally. Trinkets in the attic, toys, keys, stuffed animals, all seemed to fall out of their bags overnight and thud on the ceiling. Electronic toys from my son's room, well, they'd turn on randomly as well. Accidentally? Deliberately. The smoke detector chirped once, twice. Random locations, but insistent. Then the dogs in neighboring units began barking at all hours of the day and night. The walls, they tapped. Footsteps padded above the ceiling or in the wall, moving on their own. And the house, or what was in it, was now watching us. All activity in this house had stopped for about a week until one night my son pointed to the ceiling in his room and he said, "No, Daddy, I don't like that." But we thought he meant the glowing rubber stars left on the ceiling when we moved in. We were wrong. He meant the attic. Late one night, I was laying in bed watching the shadows from the streetlights dance around my son's room. And down the hall, I saw what he didn't like. I saw it. I sat up in bed. A small boy figure was in his room, hollow eyes. Skin was gray, somewhat transparent. Was it curious? No. Malicious? Hungry? Yes. It tilted its head, smiling as if knowing exactly what we feared. He wanted to be seen, and he knew I was looking right at him. I woke up and whispered to my wife, "Look in his room. What do you see?" She said, It looks like Max is up." Max was asleep next to her. This figure blinked. Its smile widened. Then, it vanished, leaving an icy emptiness and the smell of dust. In calculated desperation, we got a dog that week, Sonny, a protector. Maybe you could calm this activity down. He was a German Shepherd mix and his bark and growl was extremely loud. This should work. Or so I thought. 4 a.m. one morning, I saw Max and Sonny. They were there, standing at the bedroom door, watching me. I got up and asked them what's going on. I reached out to pet the dog. Air. There's nothing. Nothing's there. It disappeared and let out a laugh. My hair stood up on my arms immediately. As I looked across the hall, Sonny was asleep on Max's bed and Max still in bed, asleep. The walls then slowly pulsed. The walls tapped. The attic hatch rattled. Trinkets were falling in the attic, and then a ball down the stairs, as if pushed by unseen hands. It wanted attention. It wanted fear. It got it. The smoke detectors all chirped in unison, then random, not accidental at all. The house was orchestrating it. Dogs in both the neighboring units were barking violently, howling at nothing. My dog began to growl. And that's when I got scared. More than I've ever been scared in my life. I woke up my family immediately. The walls groaned, the ceilings tapped. Something fell over in the attic again. Bam! Although I didn't want to, I opened up the attic hatch and looked inside. Inside, the trinkets had multiplied. Many things were dumped over in this attic. A stuffed animal was facing towards me at the top of the attic ladder. He was not supposed to be there. Old electronic toys were going off. And that's when it got worse. I should have never come up there. Every shadow seemed to stretch. Every object moved as if it was alive. A rustling noise began inside the attic itself, leaves and dust crawling along the rafters and scraping. There was an unnatural breeze. And then a voice I'll never forget. It hissed. You found me. Now you belong here. Heck no. I dropped the flashlight. I fell down those stairs. I slammed that hatch shut and tripped again on the floor with a thud. I thrived on my fear. It got my fear. And I got everyone up and we were out of there. 100% that night. By morning, it was no doubt that we were gone. The neighbors reported walls shuddering, smoke detectors chirping endlessly, dogs barking at empty corners. Then I heard the next tenants found the same. Trinkets, keys, objects stacked unnaturally in their kitchen. A single smoke detector still chirping randomly. This house doesn't want to play anymore. This house wanted control. This house remembers you. And it waits for you. Some spirits aren't curious. Some spirits aren't kind. Some spirits are manipulative and malevolent. In a narrow old townhome on back streets located in Brandon, there is a boy that waits, and he remembers everything. And he's waiting to claim you and your world as his own, as his own, as his own, as his own. You've been listening to The Dead Frequencies. Keep your lights low, keep your doors locked, and stay tuned. Because the dead don't call collect. They call to take you in The Dead Frequencies. I'll see you next time with more stories with the frequencies right. Thank you for listening. We drop another story at Friday, 10 p.m. You should be there too. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button now. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Just touch the icons listed below. And we thank you in advance. And if you have a story you'd like me to read, or one of your own experiences, please contact us at thedeadfrequencies@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.